Okay, everybody, what is up? Good afternoon. Hope everybody is doing well today. We're just counting down the days to our last preseason game coming up in a few days. Tonight is Hard Knocks night. I should be posting a video shortly after the episode wraps up around 7, so expect some kind of a video up on the channel maybe by 8, maybe a little bit before, hopefully. But before we get there, we got some more stuff that I want to discuss a little bit. And what is there out there better to discuss than a new post by Stat Account or Account Stat? This video is sponsored by Prize Picks. So Stat Account posted this lovely little chart, which I found to be very useful and very informative when trying to understand exactly how good the Seahawks have it at the cornerback position right now in the aftermath of the Devon Witherspoon contract extension. And I want everybody out there to look at this and understand exactly how good we have it with Devon Witherspoon, regardless of how much money he's making, because this data is pretty compelling. So this chart here by Stat Account, what it does is it breaks down fewest yards allowed per snap by type of coverage assignment. And this is regular season and postseason. So this even includes the NFC Championship game against the Rams, where Witherspoon did get beat up a little bit in coverage. It includes the game against the Cardinals in week 4, where he gave up a couple touchdowns in the fourth quarter. It includes all of the considerations. So basically, you look at this and you can get an idea of who is the best at preventing receiving yards in various alignments. And let's just start on the left and move over to the right here, because this first column, press man, first of all, just kind of interesting here, you've got two Seahawks, one former, one current. Reek Woolen came in at 6th in press man, 0.55 yards allowed per cover snap in press man. So Woolen, one of the best press man corners in football. And Josh Jobe, 10th place, 0.87 yards per coverage snap in press man. So, shout out to him. He's not a guy you would necessarily expect to show up at a really favorable place here, but that's actually really good for a guy who's a clear number 2 corner and a guy you've extended for $8 million a year. So that's cool. But let's move to these other categories here, like off-man coverage, right? Devon Witherspoon comes in at 7th here. You would not say that off-man is necessarily Devon Witherspoon's strength as a player based on what we've gotten from him so far in the NFL. And yet, he is 7th in the NFL in yards per coverage snap allowed. And look at some of the names that he's up here with, right? You got Pat Surtain, J.C. Horn at the very top. Those are two of the best corners in football. You've got Cooper DeJean here as well. Now, there are some more forgettable players that sneak in here, right? Like Jaquan McMillan. I know he's kind of a household name in Denver right now because of the postseason, but you wouldn't consider McMillan one of the best corners in football. But DJ Turner's good. Alontae Taylor is good. So it's a pretty good list to be a part of. And that's just the appetizer. We haven't even gotten to the juicy stuff yet, which is over here with deep quarter and deep third. This is the zone stuff. This is the stuff that you actually, as a Seahawks fan, get a lot out of. All right, guys, let's take a quick break here to talk a little bit about Prize Picks, currently the #1 sports pick app in America. The app is very easy to use. Check it out to my left here. You can do player picks, where you just pick more or less on a few player stats and lock in your lineup. Or you can pick teams, where you pick winners, spread, or total on any game or fight. The app is available in most states, including California, Texas, and Florida. Right now, they have a great offer. You can play your first $5 lineup and get $150 in lineups if you win. All you have to do is use code HMA when you sign up. It's a brand new offer. Best time possible to get on the app. So get on over there and get to winning that first lineup. So remember, Prize Picks, code HMA. Download the app today, and remember to always gamble responsibly. Keep in mind that the Seahawks are among the league leaders in the NFL in rate of using zone coverage. If you go over to Sharp Football Analysis here, they are third in the NFL, behind only the Panthers and Chargers in terms of how often they play zone. They are not a man-heavy team. There are 28, 29 teams in football that use man coverage more than the Seahawks. So zone is where it's at when you're trying to figure out what these players are doing. Devon Witherspoon is number one in the league in deep quarter coverage, and he is by far, by a mile, number one in deep third coverage. It's not even close. He allows barely over 0.1 yards per coverage snap in deep quarter and 0.14 in deep third. So that is a phenomenal result, and it speaks to how good he is as a player. Now, obviously, everything is contextual. Witherspoon doesn't do this stuff in a vacuum. He's got great teammates. But the fact that he's at or near the top in so many areas, this is still a really good coverage player. Now, I don't think he's better at coverage than a guy like Pat Surtain. You can find a couple other corners that are better than him in coverage, too, that aren't necessarily as high here. Like, you'll notice that Surtain is also in the top 10 in those three categories that I just brought up, same as Witherspoon. And I think Joey Porter Jr. is in three categories here as well in the top 10. But the fact that we're even having this conversation tells you that anybody who, there's this sentiment I see from some people that Devon Witherspoon is like they almost talk about him like he's Jamal Adams. Like, oh, he's a tackler, he's a run supporter, but he can't cover. He's just basically a glorified linebacker. That's not even close to being true. So if that's how you're feeling about Devon Witherspoon, get that out of your head, because this is a very, very, very good cover corner. And it's not like the Seahawks have the best pass rush in football. They have a good one, but they're not a team that just makes life super easy for their corners on every single snap by getting insane pressure. There are definitely teams out there that get more pressure than the Seahawks. So just keep this in mind, because there was mostly people were happy when Devon Witherspoon got his extension. Mostly people were, yeah, that's the way it goes. But I think there was a sense from some people that, well, we're not going to get our money's worth out of this ultimately. We're definitely getting our money's worth out of it right now, is all I'm saying. We'll see where this goes. Obviously, injuries can play a factor and players get worse sometimes, but you go through this, you take a look, you will see evidence that this guy is elite in every way a cornerback can be elite. Maybe he's not the best at everything, but he is as elite as it gets. And there's nobody who deserves to get paid like the best corner in football more than Devon Witherspoon. By the way, he will not be the highest paid corner in football for long. At some point, Christian Gonzalez will get his money, and Witherspoon's contract is probably going to look quaint in comparison to that, but that's none of our business. All right, let me know what you guys think. I will see you guys later. Go Hawks. Everyone have a good rest of your day. More videos coming soon. But just context, man. Just context. No, Devon Witherspoon is not a liability in coverage in the slightest. All right, go Hawks.